Hello, Alex Bion.
Themba, how are you, man?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. It's been a while since you had a fight week, man. First of all, how are you feeling, and where have you been?
How am I feeling? I feel good. I'm amazing. I'm here. Where have I been? Training. Yeah, man. Obviously, it's been a long time. But I did not know that it can take long to get a fight back. I wanted to fight soon as much after the Luque fight, but a lot of people don't know. But I took that Luque fight with an injury. I broke my ankle a week before I took that fight. I broke my ankle on the 11th of November. I took that fight on the 17th of November. I went against the doctors. I'm a hard head and rebellious sometimes. I think my way is their way. And I said I'm going to make it to the fight, but I didn't make it to the fight in the way that I should. But it was a blessing. I wanted to be in the top 15, rushing to things again. So that's why I took my time to come back. I went back and my ankle healed completely around May. That's when my ankle healed. And I actually got offered a fight for May, and I declined the fight not because of anything, but because I was not healed. I only started having full sparring in May. And I wanted to come back in June, end of June in the National Fight Week. And then I got offered a fight for that as well. But a day before Sean offered me that fight, I broke my rib. My teammate kicked my rib and broke my rib, and I could not take the fight. And then, the rib injury took a while to heal, and I wanted to come back in August. I couldn't. Wanted to come back in September. I couldn't. I'm here in November for a good time. So it's a blessing. That's a long story. And I'm a better fighter now than I was when I fought Luque. Not excuse that I lost to Luque because of a broken ankle. I lost to Luque because Luque was well prepared more than me on that day. And I only realized it too late when I was in the cage.
Do you regret taking that Luque fight because of your broken ankle?
On the day of the fight, after I lost, I cried at T-Mobile like no other because I was regretting the decision of taking the fight. Because when I stepped in the cage with Luque, when he stand across from me, I knew I was not ready. But it was too late. I had to fight. And I said to myself, today I cannot, because my style, sometimes I wrestle, right? I knew that I had not wrestled. I didn't do any sparring. Anybody that knows, you can ask the coach that I was with here in Vegas and everybody that I was training with here in Vegas and the PI. I went against the PI doctors. The doctors told me that this is bad. You cannot fight with it, but it's up to you. It's your decision. You are the fighter. You can only go there and fight if you want, but our recommendation, don't fight. Don't take this fight. You don't have to take this fight. But again, I went against them, and I learned the lesson the hard way. Cried at T-Mobile, went home, got depressed, went to Russia for a week, not making right decisions, come back, and here we are, man. I'm in America, I'm blessed, and look at me.
In your time away, obviously, you obviously can get better. You work on things, but you're also not fighting the thing that you like to do. So, was it hard not being able to fight for almost a year?
Who told you I like fighting? Bro, I fight because it's the sport that I'm good at, I think. And I made an agreement with myself when I started this sport 15 years ago that I want to become a champion in the promotion that I was in previously in Africa. And I did that, and I said I want to be a champion in the UFC, and I'll do that. And it's about accomplishments for me. It's about the goals and setting goals and doing things that seem impossible. That's why I'm here, and I'm here for my goals. And nothing, whether I fall or I rise, the goal still remains the same. That's to become the champion.
What do you think of your matchup against Jeremiah Wells? He's also been out for a minute, so.
I don't know about how long has he been out. I don't care about that. I know that he's a good fighter. He's been in the UFC longer than I have been. Even though we have equivalent fights in the UFC, but the main thing is that he has been in the UFC for longer than I have been. I remember watching him fighting my countryman, Blood Diamond, Mike Mateta, long time ago, because I wanted to be in the UFC, so I'm following my countryman, Mike Mateta. Shout out to him, and he won that fight long time ago, and I was not even expecting to be in the UFC then, but by the grace of God, I'm here, bro. He's a good fighter. If you want me to answer that, I'll never not take away anything from my opponent, because if I do that, then that means that I am underestimating him. I give him his props. He's a good fighter. But on Saturday, we'll see.
How do you see yourself getting your hand raised on Saturday?
My man, I'm not limited. I'm unlimited to any way of winning. Before, I used to be so fixated in one way. I'm good everywhere. I'm not limiting myself on this one. I am unlimited. It can be a doctor stoppage. It can be TKO. It can be KO. It can be submission. It can be, 30-24. Does not matter. I'm unlimited. I'm here to do my thing in any way, form, and shape.
Last two questions for me. You changed your nickname?
I knew. Yeah, bro. I've always been called Mamba behind the scenes. A lot of people call me Mamba back in Africa. I think it's because of my skin color or whatsoever. But I'm also a big Kobe Bryant. I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan. Kobe Bryant is almost my hero. Like he's my hero, honestly. When I started following his ways and the way he does things, that's when my life in this sport changed. I've always been a hard worker, but when I met, because, I stopped fighting for a bit, that I once retired from fighting when I lost the love of it back in 2016 or so. And when I wanted to make my comeback, the guy that I was looking up to was Kobe Bryant, and I made the comeback, and I made my promise that I wanted to be a champion when I come back to UFC, and I chose the hardest guy that was in the UFC. I went to the promotion and said, who is the hardest guy that if I beat him, I'm getting a title shot next? And they told me Jose Da Rocha, and that was the hardest guy knocking guys out in Africa. And I said to them, sign me up with him, and I followed the Mamba mindset, and I went in there, won the fight, and a few months later, I became the champion. So Kobe Bryant is my hero, because when I started following his path, I started accomplishing my goals. And yeah, Mamba this Saturday, the answer is gone. Mamba, Themba Gorimbo is here. Let's go.
Love it. And obviously, there's been a lot of talk about UFC Africa. It's yet to happen, but what's it going to take to get the UFC over to Africa? And where do you think the best first fight night should be?
Bro, you are... I see you. I know you want me to answer this question in some sort of way. I understand you. The best place, obviously, I would say the best place that has got the infrastructure in Africa is South Africa. That's where the MMA is also big in Africa. However, though, I think the arenas for the UFC are small in South Africa. The big top arena, I think it's like that's Carnival City. I think it's 5.5. I don't know. UFC, I don't think they will do that. I don't know about Cape Town. It's even probably smaller. The last arena I fought in Africa was the Sun Arena. I think it's got 7,700 or so, 8,000. So I don't think. I think I heard that Ireland has got 12,000, 13,000 seater, and they can't even go there. So we need a bigger arena in Africa, and I think Nigeria is building one, but I saw as well it's like 10,000 seater. Kigali has got 11,000 seater. I've been in that arena. And also, like in Africa, I think for them to go to Africa, I think it's a business, bro. I think they have to also get compensated for that. I believe. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I think they have to be compensated for that. And I believe the only government in Africa that is willing to do that, without having to have opinions and whatsoever from many people. Because if you go to South Africa, you're going to have so many political parties that will say, oh, why are you doing this? You know, it's already kind of thing. But I think South Africa would have been the best place to go and have this first UFC event. I think right now, as Drika is not the champion, a fight night would do. I think so. He headlined it in his country. But right now, a country I believe in Africa that would pay for UFC to go to them, it's Rwanda. And Rwanda is a peaceful country. It's a country, I've been there too. So it's almost like I'm campaigning for Rwanda, but I think Rwanda is the best country to go to. You saw PFL was there recently, you know. But I think Rwanda, the president is already a big sports fan and he supports Arsenal. And Rwanda is the country, Rwanda tourism is the country that is actually into sports. And they sponsor Arsenal for a long time, PSG, and many other big sporting teams, you know. So that just tells you what's the mindset the president in Kigali has, the president of Rwanda has. So I think the best place, if I can bet, would be Kigali, Rwanda. And it's a peaceful country too. I've been there. It's a very peaceful country. Their people are cool. And yeah, I think Kigali, if I have to take my bet. But who knows? And don't come for me, people, and try to say, oh, Themba, why are you not grateful? Why are you not mentioning Zimbabwe? Zimbabwe is if I can say, a shithole right now, because there's no even small arena. I'm from Zimbabwe, but I can say whatever I want and when I want. Zimbabwe does not even. I know where you were going with your question. You can go another one.
Good luck, and it's nice to have you back.
Thank you.
You mentioned Kobe Bryant as being a great inspiration. He was also one that gave a lot to charities and foundations and philanthropy. Is he somebody that helped motivate you to want to do the same sort of thing, or was that something you were already driven to give back to those that need?
Oh, bro, I did this before. I don't like to say what's it called, the word?
Philanthropy.
I don't even know the word.
Yep.
That's how not important it is to me. I don't like those words. I don't like to be given terms on what I do. I do things from my heart when I want to. If I don't want to, I don't want to. That's who I am. I do things when I want to. When I don't want to, I don't want to. I've always been, I believe, in my heart, I always want to help when I can. Even though sometimes it feels a bad taste in my heart after that. But, you know, I've learned to navigate through those things. And I'm a better human being today at doing those things than I was before. So Kobe Bryant, great human being. I looked through the Mamba mindset for the way he sees competition, the way he sees his training, his daily routines. And for this fight, I followed that. So Saturday, you'll see that.
One quick one about your opponent. He is coming in on 2 losses. Do you think that changes the way he fights? Do you think he's going to come in feeling any extra pressure?
My guy. He can be on 20 fight losing streak, 20 fight winning streak. I don't give a shit, honestly. I don't care. Because if I look at him too much, who am I? You know what I'm saying? I have my business to do. He has got his business to do. I don't give a shit about what he does. Sorry to swear, but I'm not sorry either. He will fight his fight. I'll fight my fight. We'll see. I say to you, he's a good fighter. I respect him. I'm here to do my job. I don't give a shit what circumstances under, bro. He's got a family. I've got a family. I've got kids to feed at home. My kids are more important than his. If I have to kill a man, I will.
Last one for me, a fight outside of yours coming up. Get a big welterweight match at UFC 322 against Jack Della Maddalena and Islam Makhachev. Your thoughts on the fight?
I don't care about that. I don't even know who's fighting on this card. I don't give a shit about anybody else. I'll accept myself. I love everybody, but I'm focused on the task at hand. That's my fight. You know what I mean? Respect to the guys ahead. Respect to the guys behind. I'm here for myself. Yeah, sorry to say, but yeah.
That's a great answer.
There's not really.
Yep.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. For now, I focus on myself. If I focus on many people, then who am I?
I love it. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.